Hello, and welcome back to a new episode of the Thinking Shredder's Lick. Today, we're going to take a look at a Shreddy pentatonic lick that utilizes speed picking and 3-octave pentatonic tapping. How do you speed pick a pentatonic? Traditionally, our pentatonic consists of 2 notes per string in 5 positions. However, we can reorganize the notes so that it complies with the idea of speed picking, meaning crossing the strings with the same down or up stroke depending on the direction that we're going. So for this, I organized the pentatonic into 3 + 1 notes and then compound this structure. So in this case, I have an E minor pentatonic and I'm starting with 3 notes on the A string, then move over to the D string with 1 note. And then I keep doing the same thing, 3, 1, and 3 notes. This works when you ascend, meaning when you work your scale in an ascending way, so you get a downstroke, an up, a downstroke, and then crossing the string, you continue with a downstroke, and so on. When you descend, it's the same thing. However, you start with an upstroke. So you get up, down, up, up, and then you continue with an upstroke, and you continue the same pattern. If you want to turn around the pentatonic by ascending and descending or descending and ascending, you need to add an extra note to the top or the bottom string so that you have a means of change of directions. So in general, odd notes continue the pattern, even notes flip the pattern around, and that way you can change directions. For this example, I've written out the E minor pentatonic and the G major pentatonic, or if you want, the E minor pentatonic starting from the 3rd. I have here all examples, so ascending, descending, and then ascending, descending, or descending and ascending as simple patterns I've prepared for you in this video. So let's take a look at this. Furthermore, the lick contains tapping. And I've done this already in previous licks where I take, 3 notes or 4 notes and just simply jump in octaves. So I do the same thing here with the pentatonic. I'm utilizing the notes E, G, A, and B. B is tapped. And I simply jump from the E string to the G string and then to the A string in octave moves. You can, of course, do the same thing when you're on the B string, D string, and E string. So it's a very repeatable and reliable process. Now, let's take a look at this lick played slowly at 100 beats per minute. All right, now let's take a look at the lick played as triplets over the backing track, which is at 142 beats per minute. The pattern, as you can see in the actual lick, is quite simple because I'm basically only taking the pattern from the E, D, and G string and then jump over from the G string an octave higher and repeat the same E minor pattern. I like to do this type of switching back and forth utilizing the middle string to get me to different positions. Now, it will take a little bit of time. It's a very fast lick, obviously, but if you break it down into triplets, you can actually play it really easily. So make sure that you practice each element of the lick separately and then connect it slowly together, and you'll be able to master it in no time. And lastly, here's the lick up to tempo, 142 beats per minute, 16-note triplets. Let's take a look. The tablature to this lesson and other lessons you can find on my Patreon site. Please sign up for a free membership. There's lots of things to explore even at this level. Now, try to practice it slow. Develop the remaining 3 patterns that you still have with the pentatonic. You'll find that some are a little harder, maybe not practical, but practicing definitely will increase your ability as a musician, as a guitar player anyways. Until next time, happy practice and keep on shredding.